Poco refreshed the last year's Poco X3 and launched the Poco X3 Pro this year with a newer chipset. The Snapdragon 860 is in this phone. I have had a very good time with this phone, and in this video, I'll give you my final opinion about this device. If you are new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button, and if you find this video good enough at some point, do hit the like button too. Alright, let's talk about the performance of this phone first. The original Poco X3 had the Snapdragon 732G chipset, a mid-range chipset from the year 2020. It was a device very well received by the audience, and it looks like Poco wanted to entertain the same audience with the same device but with a better chip. So the X3 Pro gets the flagship 7nm Snapdragon 860 chipset, a slightly upgraded version of the Snapdragon 855 chipset. Everything else in this phone remains the same, so I ran a good amount of benchmark tests on this phone and got a flagship score every time, but as soon as I throttled the device, it dropped its performance by almost half. For the most part, it's going to run the game smoothly. It will easily cross 60 frames per second, but remember, after an hour or two, its performance will go down and it will produce a lot of heat too. And thanks to its LCD display, its battery drains faster than you can think. I'll talk about that later in this video. I played a couple of games on this phone and I enjoyed its performance. I did not quite enjoy the look of the graphics, but what else can you expect in this price bracket? This phone does its job well and its downsides stay there too. I am using this phone with a RAM of 8GB and internal storage of 256GB, and it's got a microSD card slot too. This time around, the storage standard is UFS 3.1, up from UFS 2.1 last year. It's got a big battery inside. This battery powers up an LCD panel with 120Hz refresh rate. Now this one is not a good combination by any means at all. We had the exact same combination on the Poco X3 as well, and it was quite a disappointment. The Poco X3 Pro's battery lasts for only 6 hours and 11 minutes. My battery drain test did put a lot of stress on the phones, but the Poco X3 Pro died before getting to the real performance intensive part of my test, and I honestly was disappointed. As a gamer, you would want your phone to last long, but the Poco X3 Pro does the opposite. It takes about 79 minutes to hit 100% with its 33-watt charger. The phone gets the same old 6.67 inches IPS LCD panel with 120Hz refresh rate. As I said, Poco has deployed an upgraded version of the Gorilla Glass. This one gets the GG6. We get the same big punch hole on the front. The brightness is extremely poor. The display experience isn't so great. Using this phone outdoor is not easy at all, as the elements on the screen won't be easily visible. Using indoor is not problematic. You can easily pass your day with this phone while using it indoors. As far as the software is concerned, you get the MIUI 12 running on the Android 11 out of the box. Since this phone is using the LCD panel, there is no always on display, but other good features of the MIUI 12 are there. The advanced mode has a handful of cool features. The Game Turbo, Video Toolbox and Second Space features are also there. And yeah, I noticed this thing that as soon as the battery percentage drops on this phone, its screen starts lagging. I can see a clear lag in the refresh rate of the screen, and this might not appeal many of the users. This year, the cameras are also different. Poco has used the Sony IMX582 48MP main camera sensor. Other camera details are right on your screen. The camera performance, however, is just average. Its camera performance is quite similar to the performance of the Redmi Note 10 Pro and the Mi 11 Lite. I won't say that this is a very good camera. The phone is more about performance, so cameras should not be your focus here. These are normal cameras by all the means. This phone does not have any EIS in the 4K mode, but it does have the EIS in the 1080p at 30 frames per second video mode. The front camera of this handset can shoot 1080p at 30 frames per second videos only. Poco X3 Pro is one of the bulkiest phones that I have ever used. The camera protrusion is more than a lot, and this is not a super comfortable phone to hold by any means. It's a plastic phone, and I can't digest the fact that this phone can weigh this heavy while being built out of plastic. The good thing about this phone is that it retains the headphone jack, an important feature for the gamers. It does have the dual stereo speakers too, and it's splash proof smartphone. It has IP53 certification, And with this we now reach the conclusion. A phone like the POCO X3 Pro catches instant attention because of its price bracket and its flagship chipset. No other company can give you a flagship chip in this price bracket. But when we talk about the chipset and price bracket, I guess that's all what POCO has focused on here. I personally expected a better device with newer build, newer look, and better ergonomics this year, but the only thing worthy here is the Snapdragon 860 chipset. POCO could have used an inferior chip and improved other parts of the phone, and that would have made a whole lot more sense, but unfortunately, that did not happen here. So the POCO X3 Pro is a really hard choice. It's only going to make sense when you have no other device to choose. Xiaomi's own Mi 11 Lite and the Redmi Note 10 Pro are much better devices, and with a slightly higher price, the POCO F3 is an almost flagship device. So I can't quite give you any buying advice on the POCO X3 Pro. Buy it if you want, otherwise skip it. Drop your own feedback in the comment section below, hit the like button if you haven't yet, and subscribe too. With that being said, I will sign off and see you all in the next one.